Hey everybody, what's going on today? I appreciate you guys joining the channel for this video. Hopefully got some awesome tips for you guys. Five offensive tips and five defensive tips to make you a better and more successful player in online play and ranked seasons. So you guys make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're interested, turn notifications on also. That's awesome. And I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody for the incredible feedback throughout the first 7 weeks of the game here, and it's been great. If you guys have any comments, please feel free to add them into the comment section. Questions or anything about gameplay or something you're needing help with. By all means, let me know, and I will try to address it personally to you. Also, if you guys got things you want to see on the channel, different things that I haven't done, let me know, and I'll work on getting those out to you guys as well. But subscribe, like, and let's get straight into it. Okay, I'm gonna do some conquest gameplay just while we're doing this. So let's go into some conquest map gameplay of the main map here, and we'll just play a random game. But first, let's go over. I want to go over the some quick tips for. Let's skip ahead here right quick. So for offensive things, okay. I've got 5 tips for offensive and 5 tips defensively that I think will help a lot of people to be more successful. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is don't be afraid to take a strike. Okay, a lot of people play really aggressively online, and understandably so. I know, you want to get into it, you want to play. I don't blame you. I do the same thing from time to time. I have a tendency to not listen to my own advice. So, but what I recommend is take a strike for at least the first time through your batting order. Okay. And you can practice this doing it offline as well. So, take a strike. If you want, you can do it the second time through the order. And what this is going to do is 2 things for you. The first thing that's going to do for you is it's going to increase the pitch count on the opposing team's pitcher, which is awesome. You want to get them to the bullpen as quick as you can. Let's say they have a starter that you kind of have a tendency to have a hard time hitting. Well, let's get them to the bullpen. Let's push them there and see what they can do from that point in the game. And then the other thing that it will do is by that second time through the order, or if you've done it, even further into the game, by the third time through the order, you will start to get fastballs thrown on the first pitch right down the middle of the plate, which you can just knock the shit out of. So, I mean, let's face it, everybody wants to be able to, bust a home run late in the game or something that, it could really help you. So that's the first tip that I wanna go over with you guys. The second tip I want to talk about for hitting is don't be afraid of contact swings. I've done some other tip videos where I've told you guys, and I'm just casually kind of swinging away and playing here. So I'm just playing the computer, not even trying to go through stuff. So I apologize for the gameplay maybe not being awesome through this or anything. But anyway, don't be afraid of contact swings. Okay, I'm a guy that I rarely power swing. I may power swing, once a blue moon. Oh, he dove and caught that. Once every blue moon, it's something I rarely do. I will normal swing with no strikes or one strike, or one strike on me in the count. When I have 2 strikes on me in the count, I always contact swing. I mean, that's just the norm for me. It's the meta for what I do. I always contact swing with 2 strikes. A lot of people are afraid that, man, I don't want to contact swing because I'm not going to square one up that way. Totally not true. I've hit plenty home runs with contact swings. You can, just because it's a contact swing doesn't mean that it's necessarily a weaker swing. With 2 strikes, you're trying to foul a ball off and maybe get your pitch. Or you're just trying to put something in play. Maybe you got a runner at third and you're just trying to get him to score. So don't be afraid of it. It is don't be afraid of it. It can be your friend. So sorry, cheesy joke, but just use the contact swing, man. It's very key to what I do personally for myself. So hopefully it's something that can help you. So another tip I want to tell you guys is, whenever you get a new card, a new player on your squad, and you're really excited about using them, and you're like, man, I want to use this card for a while. Take them offline first. Play the computer, do some conquest, do some missions, something like that. Get a feel for your hitters. This is the same for pitchers as well, but for your hitters, take them offline. You know, there might be a guy that shows really awesome on paper with his attributes, great contact, great power, and you're like, man, I'm gonna clobber the ball with this guy. But for some reason, you just can't hit with him. And I'm gonna give you the perfect example. And I'm probably one of the strange anomalies of this game because of this one. Oh, he caught that too. Mike Trout. I've got to be the worst player in the world with Mike Trout. I've used him for 4 straight years, tried to, and I'm absolutely awful with him. Last year, I even tried the Immortal version. I was awful with him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what version of Mike Trout I use. I'm absolutely ass trash with that card. So, you know, it's really a trial and error experience. And if you've got a card that you're awesome with that maybe doesn't even look that great on paper, keep using it. I mean, obviously, you know, if you're successful with it, that's the card you want to use. Okay. My fourth tip for offensive is make sure to pay attention to the pitcher patterns and feedback. All right. You know, watch if a guy starts you out every at bat with a high fastball. Well, you know, sit on a high fastball. You know, but pay attention to those sort of things because you know, people are creatures of habit. So, and baseball is a very habitual kind of game. So people are going to do the same thing repetitively over and over again. You know, but the feedback screen in the bottom left right here, it shows, I'll show you again here in just a second, you know, I'm sure you guys know, obviously it's there. You know, it'll say good timing or early or very late or very early, or it tells you whether you scored of a pitch. Okay, like right now, I'm going to hold down R2 so I can just talk about this for a second. But, you know, that swing was swing timing good, contact result good. And look, don't pay attention to the contact result all that much. It's not that big a deal. And also, don't pay attention to the actual graphic of the bat going through the zone. I find that thing is so off. You know, sometimes I'm like, why would that not have been in the green zone? Why would that have been in a late swing? Don't pay attention to that. But pay attention to the swing timing. If a guy's throwing fastballs and it shows that you're late on him, you know, he's throwing a lot of heat through the game, gear up for fastballs a little bit more. You know, just kind of be on your toes a little bit and make sure that you're ready for him. He's throwing a lot of off-speed stuff in your early. Just, you know, kind of focus a little bit more on sitting back. It sounds like an easy tip, you know, but it's a thing that when you're playing online, a lot of people forget about. And you don't have a tendency to pay a lot of attention to. So just kind of make yourself aware in the middle of a game. And try to be ready to attack and do what you need to be successful that way. All right, and the last offensive tip is going to be about slide stepping. Players, when you play them, you know, this year in particular, stealing is a little bit more difficult than it's been in years past. And I'm a bit of a steal master. I think last year I was like in the top 10 of steals online throughout the year. So I'm probably up there somewhere in the top 50 or so this year or whatever, but I haven't even checked. I don't know. But always make sure that you pay attention to the slide stepping. My tip for it is that it is harder to control a pitch while you're slide stepping. So, you know, when a guy goes into the slide step, make sure, and this kind of goes back to the first tip, make sure you take that pitch. Make him prove that he can control his pitcher with the slide step, especially if you know he's got a guy that doesn't have great control. I'll try this Bruce Sutter card here. I got him in the World Series yesterday after I made it. So, but yeah, make sure that he can control that guy. You know, you might get down an account 2-0, 3-0. Drop his glove. 2-0, 3-0 an account, and then you know the guy's gonna be forced to groove something over the plate for you, and then you got a chance to attack on him. So, and also if you've got a fast guy on base and he's slide stepping, you know, he might by the second or third pitch when he's throwing a ball, and this happens a lot to me. He might just decide, God, I can't throw a strike this way. All right, well maybe he'll think I'm going to do it, so he won't steal. And then, you know, you kind of got to take the gamble every once in a while and go for that stolen base, or maybe even a hit and run, and hope he's going to groove one for a strike, and you know, square it up. So those are 5 awesome tips that I can give you guys. Oh, sorry if the audio cut out there for a second. I don't know what was going on. Those are 5 awesome tips that I can give you guys to help you score more runs, be more successful on offense. And now let's get to some defensive stuff. Okay. So the first one is about pitch feedback. Now, I know we talked about hitting feedback also, but you want to look at the pitch feedback. So let's look at this right here. I'm going to step off the mound for a second. Oh, here, Lee. I need to throw a pitch so it pops back up again. Sorry about that. So pitch feedback, what you want to watch, again, not the graphic with the bat going through the zone. You want to watch the other one. So let's look at the. I don't know what's going on. My audio keeps cutting out. I apologize. So okay, you guys want to see where it shows swing timing late. Man, my audio is just cutting out. Let me get closer here. Maybe my Bluetooth headset won't mess up. Sorry about this, guys. The swing timing shows late right here. Okay, so I threw a fastball and he was late. So chances are I can throw another fastball and he'll probably be late again. And the computer's going to be obviously different than than playing online. But he was early on that one. So if a guy is typically late when you're throwing sinkers, let's say, with 2 strikes and you need a strikeout real bad, throw a fastball in there high, give him that high heater, and maybe you can blow it by him. If a guy is typically showing early on sliders, changeups, drop a curve in there, drop something in that's slower. If sometimes your changeup's slower than your curve or vice versa. It just depends on the pitcher. But mix it up and do that a little bit. So, but that's big. I look at the pitch feedback after every single pitch I throw to try to learn the player I'm playing's patterns. So, very important to keep in mind. Another thing I would do is throwing low in the zone. I throw low in the zone probably 90% of a game. I always keep the ball down. It doesn't allow hitters to be able to get that arc swing that they need to lift the ball out of the yard. You'll get a lot more ground balls this way. In my pitching tips video that I did a few weeks ago, I went over this as well, and how you can induce ground balls when you got a runner on first and you're trying to get a double play by throwing low and away changeups to people. But you always want to keep the ball low in the zone. You'll get more weakly hit balls from the guy you're playing, from the opponent you're playing, and it's the best way. It's the best way to be the most effective on the mound, in my opinion. All right. So the third one is don't be afraid to throw balls. Obviously, I'm playing the computer here. You got to aim in the zone, or the computer really doesn't. They don't really swing. I say that, and then I throw one out of the zone, and he actually swings. Of course, that's just how it works. But it is rare when you're playing the computer. When you're playing offline, or when you're playing online, and you've got 2 strikes on a guy. Let's say you're 0-2 in the count. Man, don't throw one in the zone to him. See if you can get him to chase. Chances are he's probably going to chase. You can tell real early, usually in the first inning, if you've got a guy, and I call them swingers. Obviously, I know it's got a separate meaning, obviously, but I call them swingers, man. They just swing away. They swing at almost every pitch. Make the guy chase. Make him look foolish till he proves that he's not going to swing at it. That's what they're going to do to you if you're doing the same thing. So you gotta play smart. You gotta play smart. You gotta try to get in your opponent's head and do that. So. But that's a real big one. Don't be afraid to throw balls. Don't be afraid to go full count on somebody. And if you're in a full count, I never throw fastballs. Never throw a fastball on a full count, man. It's a good way to get one hit out of the park, because they're looking for you to groove one, thinking you don't want to walk the guy. But don't be afraid to throw balls. That's a very big tip. The fourth tip is going to be pitching patterns. Pay attention to pitching patterns. Try not to start every batter with the same pitch. Unless that pitch has been 100% effective for you, and you're late in the game, and you're like, this guy just can't touch it. You guys know what I'm talking about. You've played those guys before, where you know when you're playing somebody like that. But you don't want to throw a sinker for the first pitch on every at bat. You don't want to throw a slide. Eventually, they're going to start looking at it. They're going to start aiming their PCI there, because most people are playing with zone. And they're gonna just end up scoring one up, even if they score it up by accident. They're looking for it, so they're gonna get it. Okay, don't do that. Mix it up. Mix up your pitches. Also, don't try not to throw the same pattern of pitches. Let's say you start a guy out with I've got Suter on the mound right now, so I start him out with a splitter, then I go to a fastball, then I go back to the splitter. Well, don't do that on the next batter. Don't go splitter, fastball, splitter, and then don't do it to the next. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna learn. They're gonna pay attention to it. A lot of the good players really pay attention to pitcher patterns and really try to get things accomplished that way. So Pay close attention to that. Be mindful of yourself while you're doing that. And the last tip that I want to give you guys defensively is actually not a pitching tip. It's just a straight up defensive tip. Almost all of the time, when a ball's hit to the outfield, hit the damn cutoff man. Stop trying to throw directly to the base. All right. And I'm not talking about the crazy shit where people get a ball hit to center field or left field on a single and they try to throw the ball back to first base for some reason. Whatever. That is what it is, and you're never going to stop people from trying that crap. I'm talking about, a guy gets a base hit, and and there might be another runner on base. Hit the cutoff man. You might be able to catch him rounding that base just a little bit. Throw back to the base he was at. Tag him, get him out, and maybe get that out you need to get you out of an inning or something. It happens more than you'd think, but a lot of people will just throw straight to the base. Now, if you've got a cannon arm in the outfield and you're trying to get somebody out, go for the throw every once in a while. That's why I said almost all of the time. If you're trying to throw home and you've got a cannon outfielder out there, man, just heave it and go for it. You might as well try to get him out, especially on a sac fly or something when there's nobody else on base except the guy you're going for. But those are 10 tips, 5 offensive and 5 defensive tips that I honestly think will help make you guys all more successful in your gameplay. So I hope you guys can use these. I hope they help. Leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any other tips that you guys have personally that you guys use and think that I should have included or something, put them in the comment section, man. And you guys read them and check it out and make sure other people check it out and read. Look at that, I get 2 of the same card in the choice selection after that game. That's crazy. But yeah, make sure you guys let's all try to help each other out a little bit, And I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and look forward to catching you next time. You guys make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time. Thanks.